Okay, so I'm out in a boot. And I'm just getting some cigars because cigars, if you smoke cigars, you're a criminal. It's Friday. Smoke cigars, you're a criminal and ruining everyone's life. Yet everyone sits in cigar shops smoking cigars. Nobody cares unless your name's Kevin Perlman. That's interesting. That's not like a discriminating type thing, is it? Just like coffee. Because I'm upsetting the balance because my kind is breathing. Okay, so because my kind is different than your kind is your argument or their argument or whatever. And so it's causing little scrapage there. It's causing chaos and destruction to the world because of their judgments towards me. Of course, what is my kind? Well, I don't know. That's just some label they threw on me out of anger at 5 years old. Okay, so anyways, God, I feel like I'm sort of out, like my brother's taking me to go see Die Hard 4 or something in Florida, like trying to make me look crazy and shit. Okay, so, it's Friday. We're probably gonna head out. We're gonna wash Pepe here. And we're going to go out to probably Bob's Big Boy in Burbank. Sometimes I go to Northridge. Sometimes I go to Burbank. Sometimes I go to other car meetups. I go to all sorts. I was going earlier to more car meetups, but, you know, I just... It's hard to really keep up the energy while having rocks thrown at your head every second to sort of be out and social and networking because nobody wants to be social with you because of the government lies and defamation and smears to a planet of strangers which can't have an honest conversation. They can't just, this is what we are told. This is what's going on. Okay, now that is criminal in nature. That is criminal by design. So when Mike Huntley's running around the office singing World of Paranoia, and putting papers on my desk how to make people mentally ill, telling me have a good life now, and he's given me enough rope to hang myself, like when you were 16, you put on a Gale Banks exhaust on your Trans Am, and you ruin the world. Huh? You know how many people I interface with every weekend with modified exhausts, catalytics taken off, cut-off valves, you name it. Not one of them is having this problem. Especially like, what was it, Nick May's father, I think, probably making up lies that I tried to kill him with my car or something because he said, because my car was louder, my Trans Am, and he said, slow down! And I just simply revved up the engine a little next to him, and then instantly that goes to Kevin tried to kill me, and whatever. And you can sort of put that in the worldwide rap sheet pile of fiction based on, what is it? A man that, once again, didn't get his way, a very rich man that didn't get his way, and ironically he lived in the Woodman's house. And if you know who the Woodman brothers are that hired the ninja, a guy dressed as a ninja to kill their parents for the insurance policy. Okay, so it's interesting that all these things, like that I'm being hunted to be killed because whether my brother wants a family inheritance or... It's not really about that, but it's trying to sort of make you think that. Does that make sense? It's just sort of make you look crazy. Okay, so like Stephen Ainbinder, my father's ex-partner, Dennis Ainbinder's son, associated with the book that Menendez wrote, like how to kill someone and get away with it. It's a little closer to my brother and his friends and whatever. I can go really deep if I want to. Okay, so the shy, quiet kid is the one that's being hunted to be killed by a planet of people for doing nothing wrong, but sort of focusing on his cars while being hunted and killed, and he didn't even fucking know it. And then it's, you ruined my life because you put on a modified exhaust pipe, and I'm gonna hunt you with an entire plant for the rest of your life. Well, I mean, that's a lot of hate, rage, and obsession and build-up over a car that's just a little louder than normal. With that rich big box sound. Okay, so, I mean, right? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so now I'm going to the car. What time is this? 3. I'm going to go wash the car, go to the car group, meetups, I'm sure, Anna Vox. I'm sure you're going to get mad because I'm stalking and following you. And I thought about some of the... Remember that every single place I go, especially car meetups, especially jobs, especially restaurant, whatever, and here comes all the groups, right? We're stalking you, we're trying to make you look crazy, the gang stalking groups. Well, there's all these things are sort of connected with this weird strategic, look what Kevin did now type frame jobs, right? So, just a couple of events. I think I was about to say go to Northridge, but yeah, I go all over. Okay, so, and the same identical things happen at every place, whether it be this college, this restaurant, that restaurant, this friend, that girl I'm trying to date. Everything. It's this repetitive template, okay, of here's the tactics. Do it this until you can fucking finally get a reaction, and we can lock them away and make them look crazy. Okay, let me just... I haven't used this camera in a long time. Yeah, we're still recording. Okay, so, what is a kind of sorta-ish significant event at this Burbank Bob's Big Boy, with black people? Well, there was a cute thin black girl with that kind of black girl fro-ish look. Okay, and she smiled at me, and then I smiled back, which is what's supposed to happen. But in my life, if you smile at a girl, I think it's an evil smile, and we all need to hunt Kevin and kill him with a plan of people. And you're going, huh? What the fuck am I seeing? Right? I've never heard of such a thing. So then people run around saying weird things about you smiling, and you need to die. Okay, and you're like, this is crazy, right? Okay, so Kevin, why are you always reclusive and don't have many friends, and the ones you do are hunting you to kill you? And well, I just answered it. Okay, now I'm not going to say that I wasn't extremely sort of shy and quiet, or really not good at breaking the ice, but like I would get nervous when I was a kid, and I was afraid to walk up to Corey Bixby and talk to her, so she was told to hunt me and try to make me look like a murderer and kill me. Okay, so once again, a girl that I guess didn't get her way, but that's a little extreme. Like, hey, there's a shy kid, so we have to exterminate him and lock him away. Okay, right? I mean, what's the punishment? And these are all punishments for sort of, I'm not going to say they're not mental illness. They're sort of like slow learning, or just, look, in order to be secure in yourself, to be able to walk up to any woman and wooze her and fuck her that night and then say bye, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and whatever, it takes experience, correct? It takes experience. And if the very first moment that you're stopped from having experience, does that make sense? So you get in the studio, perfect example is Aubrey Fisher paid off to have me killed. You get in the studio photography and you're nervous, and the first person you meet is Ariana, a black girl that you don't meet her. She contacts you off Facebook, seeking you out, and then she gets angry and she wants confessions how you're a serial killer who hates Asian people, and you think you're Mike Tyson, and you're the next David Berkowitz, with my brother showing me his Man TV episodes of David and Goliath. Okay, David and the Son of Goliath, a spoof on David Berkowitz. Okay, so how do you get proficient with that self-confidence if you're not allowed to get efficient with that self-confidence? You see what I'm saying? Okay, and that's by design. Okay, so we see a black girl. She looks nothing like Tracy, or not Tracy Anna Coble, one of the other psychos sent after me, but with Tim Thompson, but Anna Fox, and she looks nothing like her, but she's a really attractive black girl, and we exchange smiles, and she's with someone, and I think I say, like, she knows to one of the dudes I'm talking to, and he gets really mad trying to sort of manipulate me into things, right? Okay, so you're saying, so am I competing with the guy? I'm trying to be friendly with the people around me. I'm trying to be friendly with the people around me, and I'm joking about the black girl like she knows who I am, and she knows me, and she knows all the shit that's being done in my life, and I'm joking around, right? Okay, so how does, once again, this go from here to the end of the world, even though it wouldn't matter if I didn't say a word? Wouldn't matter. I guarantee it. Just like the Tia Cyrus look-alike at Havenhurst Starbucks, and the Dana Perino look-alike at Havenhurst Starbucks. Daniel Derrick coming in with people trying to provoke me and get me mad at Daniel Derrick. And so many other, Lisa Del Sierra, so many others. Okay, it's not a one-time thing here, okay? It's minute-by-minute repetition, kill Kevin at all costs, for no reason. Okay, other than you farted wrong. Okay, so why is Corey Bixby at 16 hunting me to kill me for getting into building cars? And she's not jealous of the car, we never even talked or went out on a date. But she wanted me to drive her home once, and then I somehow did something to her, and like usual, like maybe, oh that's right, like I teensy-tiny pushed the gas pedal like 1 millimeter to sort of feel the horsepower, like if I were to simulate it right now, it would have been like, wow, like not even really pushing the car, okay? We're not like we're going from 45 miles per hour to 46 miles per hour, okay? There's nothing there. Oh, Kevin tried to kill me, Kevin's a danger to me, Kevin hates my gut, whatever. I can't imagine what was being put in this rap sheet. Well, leading me out to Gilmore Street, while my mother's asking me if I hit someone with a golf club or something like that, okay? Or Josh Burnham, or just weird fucking odd questions. Okay, but remember these things switch and change. Now, if I were to call Josh Burnham right now, I was never friends with the guy, or knew him, or hung out with him, or was even in the same grade. If I were to call him right now, I'd be like, were you ever hit in the head with a golf club? What are you fucking talking about, dude? Okay, right? Alright, so, okay, but you see I'm sort of jumping from thing to thing. Okay, so Anna Fox, we have a black girl that doesn't look like Anna Fox, but she's very attractive and smiles, and now Anna Fox is probably trying to play the card that she's jealous because I'm somehow in a relationship with nobody, and that's why, right? Okay, so, and it's going to switch and change. Okay, or better yet, what were her last comments to me in anger, finally going from, I'm going to throw rocks at your head, schizophrenia rocks at your head, I'm going to throw schizophrenia rocks at your head, I'm going to throw schizophrenia rocks at your head. Dude, stop fucking posting these things saying the world's been lied to, intentionally trying to get me to react, to goad me into a fight, like every other person on the planet since 5 years old, to lock me away, and then say you're a violent, paranoid schizo, and crazy, and she starts working with the dude. We're not friends. Like she'll initiate the conversation. I'll go, look, dude, this shit needs to stop, and you need to fucking, you and everyone else can fucking say something and come forward. Dude, I'm not your friend, and who do you think? And this, and then she'll sort of start in with the, I'm about to end our relationship, as if trying to get me to say something that makes me look crazy. You're breaking up with me, dude. The guy, see, I told you so. The guy's crazy, right? But she knows what's going on. Okay. So why not just be fucking honest? And you think this is about competition? It's not. None of this is about competition. We can all fucking agree on that one. I've never heard of the definition of competition being 1,000 people a day bash your skull in with fucking Jason Perlman crowbars, okay? That's not competition. Okay, so then it's probably like the scam, like, you're a puppy dog, and because she says to me, you're pathetic and you're like a fucking puppy dog, but what's it based on? Because it's just coming from nowhere, right? And you already know what she's doing, because you've seen it 100 million fucking times per day. What she's doing is trying to make you look crazy. Now, she's right, we're not friends, we don't have any sort of relationship, there is zero other than she's a porn star that posts schizophrenia messages and cryptic patterns to try to, with an entire planet, to try to get a reaction from some guy since he was 5 years old, and then says you're crazy and you won't leave me alone, okay? So if there's any type of self-defense verbally, like, can you stop fucking harassing me? This guy's crazy. He's a crazy stalker who's schizo and won't leave me alone. And okay, how do I know that? I've seen it for fucking minute by minute for 20/45 years, okay? With my own father and Mike Huntley as well, threatening me that I'm not allowed to defend myself, even verbally. We've seen what happened when I started having verbal conversations with people at coffee shops to try to stop it, and what happened when I finally escalated to websites and proof and business cards. We've seen the entire thing the entire time. We're going to kill you, and you don't fucking stop or we kill you. Okay, so we're coming back to that reverse racist hate to a 5-year-old or an 8-year-old who kissed a black girl. Why? Okay, now they're going to see the consistent cord. Look at my shirt here, my Wizards. I made my Wizards Necron 99 character, and I sell these shirts on eBay, and ironically, that's when my father snapped and took me to see the movie Wizards in 1977 when I was 5 years old, tried to Ralph Bakshi me to death and say Kevin's crazy, and conforms to the media. So when we're talking about racism and reverse racism and porn stars following me to Ralph's, you're not allowed to get food and things like this, and security guards harassing me for trying to buy food, and these are little, like, they're trying to do little schizo hints, ideas of references about Ralph Bakshi and the movie Wizards. But why? Why are they so defensive? Oh, because Kevin said this and we're teasing him to death with an entire planet? No. Been going on. Didn't know anything was going on until 29. It's been going on since 5 years old. Okay. And the more I figure out, the more they have these lame reverse psychology twist cover-ups. And like when I'm driving down Ventura Boulevard at 16 years old and the girl's waiting on the side of the road and she launches her car perpendicular to me, causes an accident and says, "He tried to kill me." And the insurance company says, well, it's 50% fault. What are you fucking, and I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? 50% fault. I'm just going straight. I'm going straight. I'm minding my own business. Da-dee-da-dee-da. Why are you covering for this lady unless you're fucking paying her off to wait on the side of the fucking road and launch vehicles at me and try to kill me and say he tried to kill me, right? Okay, so income density 40 years later or 30 years later, we got to silence Kevin, okay? The Nazi of LAPD, paid off Nazi thug, and I'm Jewish. So you do the math, okay? Now, but when we're talking about the references in the movie Wizards with the projector, now one of Mike's things he was saying in the office, which I wasn't putting together at 29, was like, yeah, you know, we went out to the, my friends went out to the Redwoods and we projected movies on trees. And you're not really understanding what Mike Huntley's doing with my family and the conform to media tactic with worldwide support. Movie, trees, projectors, Black Wolf, Ralph Bakshi. You're not really, and then when you start figuring it out later on, they're like, he's a schizo, he conforms to media. Their entire tactics since I was a young child, right? My mother and my brother playing this lame game, how after watching the movie Creepshow, the entire kitchen floor was filled with cockroaches. That shit, right? Okay, so once again, by simply smiling at a black girl, I'm a puppy dog, and her smiling back, so there's a mutual warmth. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Then everyone might walk around and call you brother or bro. Now, you might say, hey, dude, Kevin, they're just teasing you, right? And that's what I might say. Unless it happens every single time at every place in the world in repetition. Okay, you see what I'm saying? And then things escalate and go fucking crazy. And even if you were to walk up to her and just be the pickup artist, and it wouldn't matter. It would be the Damon Reagan's, you're a dead man. Okay, so, and I've seen it 100 million fucking times, and it's always the same, not just with women, but with everything, with starting companies, with, okay. And on that note, why isn't Anna Fox or Jada Fire or Alexis Amore or Stephania, what was her name? I don't remember. Or Tina or Casey or Brian Weaver or Gregoire or Paul from Humphrey, or whether they're my friends or not my friends, it doesn't matter. If you see a planet of people trying to fucking mob someone to death and kill them, you don't have to be fucking friends to go, dude, Kevin, fucking, I was approached and they told me that you were a schizo that raped 15 women and blah, blah, blah. Is any of this shit true? Because I've now heard 500 accusations that you stole 150,000 cars, you've raped 572 women, you've popped 500 people's brains with your keen wisdom, like the movie Scanners. Kevin, I mean, this shit can't be true, can it? I mean, this is absurd. Oh, but I'm not your friend, so I can't be a fucking man and say that. Right? You see what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense. So Anna Fox, like something she said was, well, I'm not your friend. Well, I know she's not my friend, but if I'm walking down the fucking street, and now you sort of understand the build-up here, because when her final words are like this really mean, you're a pathetic dog, showing that everything's based on hate, and conspiracies, not just hate and conspiracies. You're walking down the street and you see 1,000 people bashing someone's skull in with a baseball bat. Well, I'm not going to help you because I'm not your friend. I mean, that's sick. Okay, that's sick. That's demented and that's sick. And you would say, what kind of fucking person thinks like that, right? I'm not going to help you because I'm not your friend? So you're just going to let people fucking just be tortured to death and killed when you could just easily stop it? Just a simple sentence, a simple... I spoke to this guy. He's not what you say he is. I spoke to this guy. He's not what you say he is. Oh, but she can't do that because we're not friends. Instead, she has to help her friends. She has to help her Jew-hating friends try to put me in the ground. Kind of like the Armenian group. We have this one Armenian guy that walks up and sort of pretends to be my friend. And then he tries to lead me into the Armenian group who wants me dead because they're linked into my brother's crime sprees to put me in the ground when I was 16. And what's he doing? I mean, is he really trying to be my friend because he wants to be my friend, or is he trying to lead me into the path, into the furnace? Kind of like Roddy Morales taking me to strip clubs with strippers that want me dead for no reason, of strangers I've never met or have no connection to. So you understand the relevance here? Hey, all these strippers want to kill Kevin Perlman. Why would all these strippers worldwide want to kill Kevin Perlman? I have nothing to do with strippers, and how do they even know me? Correct? So now we're going to lead him into the furnace and kill him. Of course, we have 4 or 5 people. Kevin, let's go to strip clubs my entire life. I'm not talking one strip club. I'm going strip club after strip club, like Val Moroso, Tom Farley, Val Moroso, Eric Christensen. I mentioned Eric Christensen on my last video. Oh, I don't like your t-shirt, so I've notified every porn star and stripper worldwide to kill you. Huh? How do you even have the resources? How do you have the $1 billion government resources to do it? Okay. Alright, so I got on a tangent here. So, let's talk about sabotage. Okay, this is important. I'm going to go, since I'm going to Bob's Big Boy, and some of the things we're going to see. Oh yeah, so the Armenian guy would lead me in the groups, and then they go ballistic, and I haven't seen this at one location. I've seen, we got a guy named Ron at the other Northridge, Bob's Big Boy, same thing. And hey, Kevin, come over. See, he won't stop following me. What? Hey, Kevin, come over here. He won't stop following me. Huh? And I looked at him. You just fucking called me over here. Now you're saying I'm following you, right? Okay, then we have like the Trans Am girl and the Trans Am people. Oh, you're a horrible monster because when you were 16, you modified Trans Ams. And they got like these, the worst years of the Trans Ams. The, what was that movie with the dude with the mustache? Smokey and the Bandit, like 70s, mid 70s, ugly ones. 6.6 liter or whatever. And it's like the end of the fucking world. Well, when you're 16, you modified your Trans Am. It's like, so? I'm sitting there with I'm sitting there in like 100 cars that come in each hour, and they're all fucking modified, or at least 70%, and they're okay. but the guy that, like, you did a few things. You rebuilt your 305 and you took your, what did I do? I put different heads on my 305 to give it a higher compression, smaller head chamber to give it a higher compression, bumping it from like 9-to-1 to 11-to-1 or something, and that was like in 88 or something. Okay, stupid shit, right? Okay, it's whatever. It's the end of the world. It's the end of the fucking world. 40 years later, it's the end of the world, and they're standing by like a guy with a fucking 602 cubic inch fucking Roadrunner with spitting out race gas, gets 2 miles to the gallon, and like, yeah, he's fine. But you put on a new air cleaner and you ruin that Trans Am. Okay, so I'm just gonna restart it. Okay, so what's the point I'm making here? That what's going on isn't normal. It's far from normal. It's unheard of. It's unprecedented. It's not one little douchebag group like, oh, Brian Weaver didn't like Kevin Perlman in 8th grade. Okay, I could swallow that pill. Brian Weaver didn't like Kevin in 8th grade, and he bullied Kevin, and then maybe Tom Hoke got together and Greg Waugh, and they were laughing and blah, blah, blah. Okay, but it's going worldwide, person to person, nonstop. And it starts at 5 years old. Okay, something's not right here. And then it's this mobster speech. If you tell someone, we'll kill you. And then you go to the police eventually with proof, and they go, oh, they work on you with the same mental illness tactics, and they try to say you're crazy, and you can see right through it, right? You're like, you're working on me with mental illness tactics, trying to make me look crazy, and then saying I'm crazy because I found out people like Brian Weaver were sent after me when I was like 12 years old, and things like this, going, am I seeing this? Okay, so yeah, Anna Fox, these are all the things you're involved in that you don't think is wrong. Now you think I'm a fucking puppy dog following you with those your beliefs of that? Yeah, right. Okay, and by the way, for everyone out there, especially you, Jada Fire, Anna Fox, Alexis Amore, every chick I've met in person, every chick that's followed me, whatever, or not met, and man and gay person and whatever, I don't let anyone in my life who can't be honest about my life, or honest in general, but about my life. You're gonna come in my life, you're gonna talk about my life, and you're gonna accept that this is wrong, okay, period. So if someone's saying I'm following them around and stalking them, what reason would I have? Like, hey, he likes me and he won't leave me alone. What reason would I have? Because nothing's gonna come of it. Wait, what's gonna come of it? Hi, I'm Kevin. Do you know me? No, but you need to die. Okay, well, I don't want any part of it. Okay, so they're lies. They're lies that I'm obsessed with them and stalking and those big words. You know, the one lesson I've learned in life is I've seen a lot of uneducated people use big words. Ooh, the word obsession. Hey, someone told me about the word obsession. Obsession, stalking, hate. Ooh, scary. Hey, Kevin, I heard the word. Kevin, you know what obsession means? Kevin, have you heard of obsessed? Kevin, you're obsessed, blah, blah, blah. Ooh, big words. Okay, well, I could take that one word, even the word kill, and I can use it in 500 different contexts. It's an empty word. Okay? Like the movie The Matrix. It's an empty word. Okay? It's an empty word. It means nothing. It's like a package. Okay? It's empty. Okay? It's how the word is used. Okay? Obsession. Hey, Kevin, you're obsessed with your artwork. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. You know what? When I got into astrophotography, you cannot get a motherfucking good nebula picture without being obsessed. Okay? It is not for the little photo pussies, like, without trying to sound mean, but like the photo pussies, the guy that wants to pick up his cell phone and push a button and go, oh, hey, I'm a photographer. Dude, you are out in the cold fucking night after night after night, hour after hour. You gotta take like fucking hundreds of 5-minute exposures in red, green, blue. Then there's the computer processing. Okay, one nebula to get a clear nebula, one nebula, a real good, like if I want, and I'll talk about an easy one. I'll talk about the Horsehead Nebula, which is easy, okay? Because there's a lot of light. There's a lot of light coming. The dimmer nebulas are a million times harder. Okay, you're out. It takes you an hour and a half just to mount your fucking telescope every night. You have to go out there. You have to make everything perfectly aligned. You have your computer gear tracking. You got to make sure everything's tracking right. Okay. Then you're going to do your exposures. You're going to pray that nothing fucks up. There's no wobble. And you're going to get, dude, tonight I'll get 150 shots of red. But you know, at 155-minute exposures on red, that could be like 4 or 5 different days just to get that. Then you got to do green, and then you got to do blue, unless you get a color camera. And even if you go the color camera route, which people, I don't know, unless the technology's gotten better since Sony's, but I don't know. People frown on the color cameras because really it's when you're processing those different channels, it comes out much cleaner. So you're going to do 150 red, 150 green, 150 blue. Let's just say that's 8 nights out with a telescope all night in the cold. And on top of that, you got to fight with the weather. Oh, and light pollution. Can't have any lights, like when I'm down in the mountains by the beach and those boats come in, those fishing boats with lights. Just blew the shot. Just blew those 150 exposures. Okay? Just blew the whole entire shot. Now I gotta come out another night. I gotta set up the fucking camera for an hour and a half. Boom. Oh, we just set up the camera, got everything aligned to fucking Polaris, everything's stable, everything's tracking. Whoop, in come the clouds. In come the clouds. Or maybe I do 15 exposures, 20 exposures. In come the clouds. Do you think that these little pussies that babble the word obsess know anything about leaving their little lazy boy chair, fucking getting a little dirty and getting shit accomplished? Okay, you understand what I'm saying? So yeah, you got to be extremely obsessed for astrophotography to get the right results. And that doesn't make the word itself, obsessed or obsession, bad. Now, if you want to put specifics, they're obsessed because of this and... No, here's a good one. These people are obsessed with me and they can't live their lives, right? Like they're obsessed that Kevin's a bad guy and they won't leave it alone for 45 years, and they're not going out and living their lives because they're so obsessed with Kevin Perlman. Now that's a negative take on the word obsession. But the point I'm making is, when these people come at you, they're using the word itself as like a weapon or a brainwashing tactic, right? Like I had one girl, Bob's Big Boy, a couple months ago, ask me how many times I go, like, or do I keep coming back to Bob's Big Boy with the car meetup groups? Okay, whereas I remember yesterday the analogy about the food. Yeah, you know, I come a lot of times. I come several times per month. And so do all these other people, okay? So does everyone else. And it's okay for everyone else. But for Kevin, we're going to throw on an obsession label and say he's obsessed because he keeps coming back to Bob's Big Boy. Okay, well, how am I going to be social and show off my cars? Which, by the way, I first didn't bring my Corvette because they instantly destroyed it, right? And then comes we're making your life. Then comes Rich Lenhart telling everyone to follow me in Corvettes and notify the Corvette community to stalk and hunt me for simply buying a Corvette, and then trying to steal all my money at the same time, just like JoJo's with the Eclipse. Okay, same thing. We got one entity in Denver, Colorado, the Corvette Connection, and we have one entity in Northridge, California, the same exact template. The blaze. Now, do you think that's because, Rich Lenhart just thinks I'm crazy and doesn't want to be a professional businessman to Kevin Perlman and make his money and get the car out there? It's the end of the world. I got to kill Kevin. I got to put Kevin in jail. I got to do this. I got to do that. I mean, that's a lot of hate for a stupid crazy label. I mean, an empty crazy label. Well, Kevin's crazy, so I've just notified 500,000 people to follow him and kill him. Huh? Why can't you just say, why can't he or anyone else just say, well, I think Kevin's crazy and I'm going to do the job and it's done? Right? I think you're crazy, but I'm going to be professional like Kevin is when he's working at Golden State Sports Medical going, these people are complete fucking douchebags, but I'm going to be professional. Finding out, because when I first went in there, I didn't really understand that my entire life they were hunting me to kill me. Like Alita, I'll just stick with the black ones, Alita and Brandon, but there was the entire office. Right? See what I'm saying? Why can't you don't like me? Then go zip off to your little fucking land of hate and just do you, okay? And don't reel me into your little shit world because of whatever. What oh, the projection. Well, I'm a murdering douchebag, so Kevin must be a murdering douchebag. No, you're a murdering douchebag. That's just a murdering douchebag, and you should go fucking not be around people and then not launch worldwide campaigns to kill the good people like me. Okay, with Mike Huntley, right, and Tom Farley and Paul Humphrey and all those, and Brian Weaver. Okay, so I got a little sidetracked, and I'm gonna check the LED light here. Okay, so sabotage. Okay, this definitely links back to Anna Fox here, Jada Fire, 100 billion mimic. 100 billion mimics of them. Does that make sense? Since 5 years old. Okay, my father and mother sent me back between. This is linking to the Anna Fox hatred and Jada Fire hatred. Between first and second grade, my family tells me that my school says, and they were probably right, possibly, I don't know, Kevin's has a slow learning disability. We want to send him back between first and second grade. Really, I think they might have wanted to separate me from Tom Farley, honestly. I started thinking about some of these things. Okay, because Tom Farley was hunting me since 8. Okay, and I'm going to have to pause it here, so I hope I don't forget my topic. But I'll end it before I start this camera back up. Sunny Skies Day Camp was also T1 class, a little homemade specialty school. Oh, shit. Yeah, we're still recording. A little homemade specialty school where they put me on a little like farmland on Canaan Road across from Troutdale. Interesting enough, I realized later on it's called Triumpho Canyon. And that is where I kissed the black girl at 8 years old, and everyone gets mad because Kevin kissed the black girl. And Anna Fox is mad because Kevin kissed the black girl. Who fucking cares? Well, you're a pathetic puppy dog because you like black women or something. Well, once again, those empty package lines of bullshit apply to what? If I think there are some hot black girls out there, it doesn't mean I only like black girls. If I think there's some hot Latin girls out there, it doesn't mean I only like Latin girls. If, example, my studio photography alone is mixed with different cultures and races, and then you say you only do photo shoots of black girls, well, that's interesting, right? Because that's not the facts. That's not the fact. The fact is what's in front of you, but you choose to look the other way each time. Okay, so I'm going to shut this off and wash my car. Okay, so Pepe's all washed and cleaned, and I think I was saying they refuse to focus on what matters, right? I think that's what I was saying. Now I want to let me give you an example. Naughty Carrie in University of Colorado sculpting class 1996. They refuse to focus on what matters, and I had this conversation yesterday. I go out and I do a negative mold of a mannequin head. I go get a salad bowl. I sculpt it together. I wire up LEDs and circuit boards. Okay, this is for sculpting class. LEDs and circuit boards for a little like blinking robotic head. Like that, the skull plate has blinking lights. It's kind of like Data or something in Star Trek, right? The only thing that Naughty Carrie in 1996, who is a stranger to me, I don't know who she is. How does she know about me or whatever she's told? Critique. Oh yeah, well, it's a female mannequin head, so it looks like you're controlling the women. You control women. Try to control women. Okay. I'm paying for an education. I'm paying for a college degree. I'm paying for an education. And the only critique that can come out of the professor's mouth is that I'm controlling, and probably sidebar here, we got to put him in a mental institution. What about the artwork? What about the artwork? Hey, let's skip the JoJo's. Let's skip the JoJo's. This is for this eclipse. They string out the eclipse for 8 months or 7 months. They won't fucking do the car. They're making my life miserable. They're having people stalk me at Bob's Big Boy and car meetups, threats, you name it. Kevin, you should go find a girl. You should do this. And I think my final words to them were, you shouldn't be focused on me. You should be focused on the fucking car and fucking putting it together and doing it right. Focus on what matters. What does that have to do with me? Kevin, you can't see yourself. Bullshit. It's a bullshit fucking cover-up for an agenda to eradicate. Bullshit. Even if I was quote-unquote crazy, why wouldn't they just do the car and take the money? And it's a done deal, and it's fast money, and they bring in the next car, and the next car, and the next car. Or I bring 10 cars to them. Oh, well, that's too many cars, so you have OCD. What do you care? You're making money. Why do you fucking care? Right? Don't you want to establish a relationship with me so you can make more money? Isn't that how capitalism works? Networking, capitalism, reoccurring business. No, you could, if you come in more than once, or if you own more than one car, you are obsessed and need to be hunted and killed and die. Bullshit. Half your fucking customers have 50 fucking cars. The guys I meet, the guys I'll see in a couple hours. Let's see, it's 3:55 in about an hour. Is that right? The guys I see in about an hour, yeah, it's 4. The guys I see in about 30 minutes to an hour will have, some of those people have like 5 cars and they're like 150,000 each or 80,000 and 70. And one guy has like, I don't know how many AC Cobras, and one is an actual original non-replica Cobra, okay? Nobody's going, you have OCD, you need to die. They're going, beautiful fucking cars. These are amazing. Okay? They don't care. They're focused on the cars. That's why we all go to car meetups, talk about the cars, and eventually you get to know people. It's a social event. And I might be in someone's way here at the car wash, so I'm just... Okay, now I'm gonna interject one more thing, focused on what's important here. This is important. And I now have my criminal cowboy hat, which they accidentally sent me the wrong... They intentionally accidentally sent me the wrong thing, even though it's similar to West Coast Chopper, which they threw me in jail saying it's about white supremacists. That's interesting, right? Because I'm sure West Coast Chopper doesn't appreciate their logo being called white supremacist for the most... Oops. I think I'm recording. Okay, so West Coast Chopper probably doesn't appreciate being called... I think it was upside down. There. Okay, so we got 2 things here. We got 2 things here. We got Pepe. I think it's funny because she's Peppy. Okay, we got Pepe. I keep hitting the stop button on accident. So we got Pepe here, and we got a cowboy hat on Kevin. Do you see something you don't like? Do you see something that really shouldn't matter this way, that way, this way, that way, or any way? Because if you're focused on what matters, you're going to say, hey, cool car, cool color, and cool hat. or I don't like the hat, or I don't like the car. The end. So right now, I'm provoking everyone as a confession for a crime. That would be the psychology community's disinformation and defamation to an entire planet in secret. Now why? I'm wearing a cowboy hat. What's wrong with the cowboy hat? Do you people hate cowboys, or are cowboys evil? Did you see the movie Westworld? Is that why? And cowboys are evil robots? Is that what it is? Oh wait. Jason's friend Andy had a green Mustang. Jason's friend Andy had a green Mustang. Okay, so what does that have to do with me? Jason's friend had a Mustang. What does that have to do with me? And it was green. Norma. Andy Adelman. He called Norma 67 or something coupe, square. I don't know what you call it. Squareback coupe Mustang. Probably 289. He called Norma and he wore a Confederate hat. Why did Andy wear a Confederate hat? I can't tell you. Want to know why I can't tell you? Because Andy is Jason's friend. Jason Perlman. I'm Kevin. Hi, I'm Kevin Perlman. Do I fucking look like Jason Perlman? Did I go to medical school? Do I have a secondary psychology degree? Or was I a kid that got into cars and said, Jason, fuck you, I'm not going after my friend Gargoyle for you. Fuck you, you said blood is thicker than water? Well, it's not if you're hunting me to kill me or whatever. Okay, so, but yet, you don't care about that, right? That doesn't mean anything to you. Okay, because that's not what you're focused on. Now, I'm also wearing a cowboy hat. So I have oh wait. Andy drove a 67 Mustang. This is a 2008 Japanese Mitsubishi Eclipse front-wheel drive with a V6. You're schizo and you think you're Andy. You're trying to be like Andy to tell us that you hate black people. I don't think Andy hated black people. I think Andy was just being all weirdo. Either way, Either way, what does that have to do with me? Okay? What does a cowboy hat, giddy up, yeehaw, what does a cowboy hat have to do with a Confederate hat? Okay, one's army, one's a cowboy. I like the lasso. I'm already like dazed and confused. What does an Eclipse, a 2008 Mitsubishi Eclipse, have to do with a 1967 Mustang he called Norma? I'm waiting. I mean, can you answer? Hey, remember I had that big long conversation in the last video about being a man or being a woman and fucking stepping up to the fucking plate and having a real conversation, not little grunty anger messages that don't mean anything while bashing people in the head with a fucking baseball bats. Okay, let's have a conversation here. You have none. You have not had a conversation that made any sense now, then, or ever. So you're acting on hate. Kevin kissed a black girl, we're gonna kill him. Okay? Kevin kissed a black girl, we're gonna kill him. The reverse racist groups. Or maybe people that don't want Jews dating black girls. I don't know, right? Well, yeah. Okay, well, where does that stem from? 8 years old, I kissed a black girl, Nice Guys Day Camp, T1. Kevin needs to die, we're gonna hunt him and kill him. With every person on the planet. Ron Perlman, Kevin, you know what you did. What did I do? I won't tell you, but you know what you did, and you're a dead man. And you're also not allowed to defend yourself. Well, that's strange, because I kissed a fucking black girl. I mean, that's a lot of anger for keeping maybe the Jewish bloodline or something. I don't fucking know. If you believe in religion that much, then maybe you should read about the first commandment, thou shalt not kill, and be a good religious person instead of saying I'm Jewish, I can kill whoever I want. Okay, whatever, right? You get the idea? Okay, so, whatever. And all this stems because I simply kissed a black girl, and then it switches to, like, well, you're talking to a Latin girl, and it's, oh, probably same thing, right? Okay, so, okay, but back to the point. When I go to Bob's Big Boy in 30 minutes or whatever, what's their focus? It's not, oh, cool car. It's because you have a Mitsubishi Eclipse, you're trying to be like Andy Edelman and kill black people. Not that I've ever seen Andy Edelman do a thing to black people, but once again, what does Andy Edelman have to do with me? Okay, what does Mike Huntley... Ring, 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 the phone's ringing, it's 1997, phone's ringing at University of Colorado. Hey, Kevin, I got this really cool fucking business idea. When you come back to California, we should start a company, do an internet host provider. Well, wasn't Michael Huntley originally Jason Perlman's friend? Well, because Mike Huntley weaseled into my life, or back into my, whatever, however you want to word it, at 22 or I don't know, now I'm Jason. I'm not Kevin anymore. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, hey, go by Association. Yeah, none of that makes any sense. That's all stupidity. What is Mike trying to hide or cover up? Well, he's looking for a patsy or scapegoat, right? See what I'm saying? A patsy or scapegoat. Well, we did all this shit, and Jason wants to look like a good urologist now that he's older. So he's got to kill Kevin and say it was Kevin, correct? But ironically, that was always going on since 5 years old. And more importantly, when I watch people's reactions, like Anna Fox or Jada Fire or 100 Billion, Ariana seeking me out, strangers seeking me out. Why are strangers seeking me out over my brother's insignificant shit? Anyway, let me just tell you this. I'm going to tell you this. My brother's stupid road rage activities, I'm not gonna justify them, but they really weren't. They weren't they were stupid kids being idiots. Okay, stupid kids being idiots, and it's not the end of the world. I'm not gonna say it's right, but what I'm gonna say is to try to get me there and try to put me in a situation they can throw everything on me with clear, obvious intent from day one, over and over and over, and still going on to this day at 49. Every day. Random stranger. I'm trying to set Kevin up. I'm trying to frame him. What was some of my words in the office at 29? We can't set you up. Okay, so, well, I'm kind of in shock. But nobody's focused on that. So I can literally list 100,000 similar scenarios. Naughty Carrie, Professor Jim Johnson, all setups and frame jobs and disinformation. I can go down to 5 years old. Okay, I can go 8 years old. Tom Farley and Tracy Picos mad at me for not asking out Christy Reynolds and being too shy. Kevin needs to die. Kevin needs to be locked away. None of that matters. You're not focused on any of that. You're just focused on Kevin. You don't have the neurological function of a fucking 10-year-old here. They can't fucking understand the basic level of what's going on here. And I can literally list off 100,000 situations. Now I'm wearing a cowboy hat, so it must be like Andy Edelman, right? And it must be hate towards black people. Well, unless you're telling me that cowboys oppress black people, and I don't think that's the case, do you? You think that cowboys, and unless you're telling me that motorcycle riders are evil people, and honestly, this isn't even about motorcycle riders. It's not about anything, okay? It's about, you drink a cup of coffee, you hate black people. You bought a hat, you bought black people. You bought a Mitsubishi Eclipse, you hate black people. You bought jeans, you hate black people. You're selling and made Necro 99 shirts, you hate black people. Well, maybe fucking Ralph Bakshi was a genius, and that's a fucking genius movie, and maybe that's all it has to be. Maybe that's all it's about. Okay. So let's go back to sabotage and T1 class and Kevin kisses a black girl. Okay, well, the first sabotage here, why was Kevin migrated from normal school and slowed down in between grades? Well, I don't know that question. I don't know that. I get mixed stories, and I know it's not about violent paranoid schizo or anything like that. But they might throw a cover-up label like that with Dincy. Okay, because Dincy was asking questions if I was ever sent to a different school while arresting me. Why does Dincy have that information? Why does Dincy need to cover that up? Okay, right? That's important. Why does Dincy and all these people need to cover it up? What do they have to hide? I'm not ashamed. I don't care. It never really meant a thing to me. Like, I never could care. I never obsessed on it. And then I watched my father make up lies that it was like the end of the world that I was sent back to T1 class. Which was interesting when I saw my father with his pathological lying going, why is he saying these things? Because he has something he's trying to cover up. Okay? Now, he has something to hide. Okay? Why are people trying to kill me? Because he has something to hide. Okay. Where are we? Okay, playing pool, getting pool playing hobbies, college, getting a college degree. Everything's based on sabotage and destruction. From the very first minute I started a company. Okay, from the very first minute I bought that 10D camera, Ariana fled in with people like George Escobar from my father's office, Lorraine Escobar, kill Kevin at all costs, linking to my father. The very first minute, I'm gonna fucking rid Kevin of the world. Kevin, will you do a photo shoot with me? Kevin's a dead man. Instantly. Well, that applies to everything. That applies to playing pool. That applies to going to coffee shops. That applies to 16, the car meetups. Okay, the car, teaching myself how to build car engines. Okay, at 16, buying books, reading hot rod magazines, and buying books how to build car engines. And building car engines are taking apart my Trans Am engine and beefing up smaller head chambers, and increasing the bigger cam, smaller head. Now, there were some automotive people trying to swindle me and set me up, and I wasn't paying attention. Camshaft, larger cam, stupid shit, right? 305, Trans Am. Okay, who fucking cares? Who cares? Who cares then or now? Okay. But what, now remember that I'm sent back a grade, right? I'm sent back a grade. Brian Weaver, I'm sent back a grade, and that makes me a year older than all my fellow classmates. Okay, does that make sense? I'm 16, Brian Weaver's 15, Shane Weeks is 15, Shane Weeks is 15, Tom Hoke 15, Greg Waugh 15. Okay, what does that mean? In the little delusional land of competing. What does that mean? It means that when Shane Weeks got into cars, Brian Weaver got into cars, they followed me, they copied me. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not competing with them, they're competing with me, but it's not really about competing, it's about killing and putting people into mental institutions or jail. Okay, so in comes the sabotage. Kevin buys a Barracuda for $700 or $300, I can't remember. Piece of shit. 1970 Barracuda, 727, I think it's like torque flight with the slapstick. Piece of shit, looked like it went through a fucking meat grinder, whatever. I had my 426 Hemi as sort of bait and switched by Pineapple Joe at Hawaii Racing. I was building a aluminum head 454 big block for the Trans Am. He gave me a great deal on a 871 426 Hemi, which was going to be tuned down and this and that. Streetable. Barracudas came with 426 Hemis back then. They still come with, I think, 392 Hemis, but they're a little different. Okay, so, well, I think Kevin's a danger to himself or others, so we're going to make up lies that he stole $10,000 from his father with Brian Weaver, who's out lying and blowing up his Chevelle on nitrous, and then saying, Daddy, I blew up my engines, and saying it's me. Or then saying that I'm like Brian Weaver and it's public shaming, and hi, my name's Kevin, it's not Brian Weaver, so why are you telling me that I'm schizo and I'm Brian Weaver? Because you have a fucking agenda. You want to cover up all Brian Weaver's activities. Why? Why do you care? You're not even friends with Brian Weaver. Well, because it's about something much bigger now, isn't it? Something that opens doors into government criminal activities to kill people. Okay, under the name of whatever, under the name of psychology, under the name of I think they're crazy, it's irrelevant because it violates your First Amendment, every amendment. Your entire constitutional protections are bypassed. No law and order, no protections, nothing. You're just a fucking dead man for someone's label. But wait, isn't the Constitution about protecting people from those very situations? And isn't the First Amendment, freedom of speech, about all that? Yet we have all these morons saying, Kevin, you don't talk. Okay, so these are like communists who live in the fucking United States. They don't want those freedoms, okay? And that's how stupid a lot of these people are. And including you, Anna Fox, no offense, but when you come at me the way you do, you're basically a Black Panther saying that all other Jews and races need to be killed and we're going to take over. And there is no speech. I'm right, you're wrong, you're dead, you're the inferior race, blah, blah, fucking blah. Okay? Period. And that's the category you and Jada Fire and everyone else, Alexis and Moore, their cultural groupings hunting me because I might have I did get a lap dance from Alexis and Moore, so now the entire Hispanic community needs to hunt me and kill me. Well, that's fucking strange. Okay. So, that's strange. So, are you racist? Yeah, you are. So don't come at me in anger because you're the fucking racist. Okay. Throw down with a fucking intelligent, factual, logical argument other than Jews need to die, okay? And when I say argument, that's not you're this, you're that. I want a fucking argument based on a specific situation that supposedly occurred that I can defend myself with, okay? An argument. Okay. So, sabotage cars. Go off to college. Sabotage, send Kelly Hatch after me. Sabotage degree. Go to Southern Oregon State or University of Colorado. Southern Oregon State, then University of Colorado. In come the next set of professors and students. Kelly Hatch goth lookalikes moving above me. But wait. Well, that's a lot of fucking resources, okay? Now, wait. I stopped building cars. I stopped working on cars after 16 and got older and went to college to get an education. So what is my father's argument? That because I'm a danger to myself or others for out of control studying? Or is it the out of control pool playing? Oh, then it's OCD, then it's this, then it's that. Then it's hate towards women, then it's controlling women. Okay, I could go forever, 100,000 situations. And I'm getting a little exhausted talking on camera here. Okay, so when I met with a planet of 18-year-olds with hostility, anger, and rage, and Kevin needs to die, or 90-year-olds, I have yet to meet one with an actual argument other than pure, unheard of hate and rage for no reason. Does that make sense? Tonight when I go to Bob's Big Boy in about 15 minutes, they'll probably be giving me brother innuendos, hinting that I'm like Jason. They might be hinting that I'm racist. They will be, because we just had the black groups mad at me for fixing the Eclipse. What does the Eclipse have to do with a Mustang? Oh, we'll have Mustangs following me there and in systematic psychological warfare groups, so we might have like 10 pink 67 Mustangs from old strangers come in with psychological warfare tactics. Why? Because I'm a bad guy, because I found out my father's trying to make me mentally ill and kill me since 5 years old. So now we're talking about people choosing sides. There's only two sides here. There really is no neutral. It's a planet to kill one person. There is no neutral. What side do you choose? Killing a 5-year-old with Nazi mental illness tactics and trying to cover it up, or saying it's wrong. Okay? You can't say I'm schizo and I'm... What was that black guy told me? Something weird that didn't make sense years ago in Studio City at a Starbucks. He said, that guy over there kidnapped a girl, was kidnapped as a child, then he kidnapped a girl. Give me a fucking break. And I said to him, who's this girl? What are you fucking even talking about? Couldn't answer anything in specifics, and then he started whistling with the whistling tactic. Like, you're a whistleblower, you spoke out. Okay, and that was a black guy. Okay, but what does that tell you about the black community and what they're doing to my life? It tells you that they're guilty, and they've been hunting me since a young child. That's what it tells you. Okay, Anna Fox, Jada Fire, Maserati, Vanessa Blue, all the above. And I'm not just speaking to the black community, I'm speaking to everyone on the planet Earth here. Whether you're in India, whether you're a Filipino, whether you're Japanese, whether you're German or Russian. Oh, what about Shanna Bryan Seva sent after me, okay, in my father's office, a Russian. Trying to cover up Val Morozov, taking me to strip clubs at University of Colorado and saying I'm stalking strippers, trying to use me to build adult websites and not wanting to work and all that shit and getting angry. Once again, he didn't get his way. A Russian exchange student. Now, it's not about the Russian mafia, okay? But the question, if you're a sane, rational person who can focus on the important things, I've given you a couple of unheard of examples, and if I stick to one, you're still going to say that's pretty fucking damn rare. Okay? And I can give you thousands and thousands of these situations, like Val Morozov, like Rody Morales, like Mike Huntley, like Jason Perlman, Greg Waugh, Brian Weaver, thousands, literally, and you're going to say one is extremely rare. One. Now, I'm going to go to Boss Big Boy and once again be part of a social group that refuses to allow me to be part of any worldwide social group since 5 years old, with these lies and cover-ups and attacks, pure hate and rage and bigotry and discrimination, defamation, slander, libel. Your kind is not allowed to breathe, exist here, there, or anywhere else in the world since 5 years old. And I'm bringing something to the table which they don't want. So much so that they destroyed my Corvette with John Elway Chevrolet, probably linking to the Damon Reagan's tactics, to black community, to, oh, it's about Jada Fire because she has a Corvette. Because she's the only person on the planet that has a Corvette and I'm competing with her, right? Well, I can guarantee you I've been into cars way before Jada Fire was even born. And honestly, I don't think I could have afforded a Corvette at 16. And while people are running around like making up lies that, remember, it goes this way or that way. Kevin's making up lies that he built magnificent hot rods, or Kevin's crazy because he has cheap shit. Well, first of all, a 16-year-old, I didn't have any money, so everything was cheap shit, like buying a $700. I bought a $300 69 Firebird that looked like a fucking Bondo fucking train wreck. I bought a $700 Barracuda, 670 or 71 Barracuda for the 426 Hemi. Oh, but now you've committed more than one crime, so now you have OCD. Well, wait, you're shifting. You're shifting from racism to OCD to pure fucking hate. You'll say anything, right, Anna Fox? Where you keep avoiding any truth. Any fucking truth and honesty. Now, what kind of people are you? My last video, what kind of fucking people are you that you don't think honesty is right? You make up lies that everyone are liars to try to give me disinformation. Everyone are lying murderers to try to set me up to lock me away, to get me to commit a crime. I can guarantee that whether it's my father, which I have seen, Jada Fire, Anna Fox, Alexis Amore, Tina, Mia or something, Lola, I'll take it back to my friends, Tom Hoke, Greg Waugh, Eric Christensen, Jason Perlman. I can guarantee that this whole fake song and dance I hear from them over and over, they become completely different people when I'm not around, and this is right and this is wrong and it's wrong to lie. And my father in the office, Kevin, you can't make jokes with people in the office. This is a place of business, and you got to be very careful. And then when he doesn't think I'm in the office, he's kissing people on the cheek. Oh, go your quinceanera or however you say it. Oh, we can have a belly dancer there, and oh, we're gonna have some fun, and come in my limo, and we'll have some fun. And wait a minute, you got to be very professional, but all of a sudden I'm a hypocrite, and like the ultimate hypocrite, not just a little bit, right? And each person is the same. Okay, Jason Perlman, blood's thicker than water. You need to go out and kill people, blah, blah, blah. Fuck you, Jason. I'm not fucking taking part in your shit, right? Kevin's a schizo. He thinks he's Jason. Well, you didn't get what you want. Wait, didn't I have this conversation before? You didn't get what you want, so you had to make the cover-up lie. Right, Anna Fox? Last week, we had black guys following me, trying to lead me by my fucking nose, and they couldn't do it, and they finally got desperate. They tried to get me to follow them into Starbucks. Didn't work. Finally, the black guy got desperate, and he walked up to me, and he said, "Kevin, walk with me." He said, "Kevin, walk with me." He invited me. Just like Roddy Morales took me to strip clubs. Tom Farley took me to strip clubs. Val Morozov took me to strip clubs. They invited me. I didn't follow anyone. They were paid off to follow me, say, "Come here." Just like the Ron guy or the Armenian guy a couple weeks ago here. Hey, come up, go, come. I'm over. Kevin, come here. He's with his friends. Hey, we don't want you here. Well, why did you fucking... And that's fine. You don't have to want me there. But I'm still going to fucking go there and be around good, decent people that are into cars and are car enthusiasts in the cars. Not Jew-hating, fucking murdering shit. Okay? Jew-hating, murdering shit or anything on that level, I don't want near me. Okay? And if I'm at a car meetup, it's about the cars. And it's about associating with like-minded people into cars. Not Jew-hating shit that says you're not allowed here or anywhere else because we don't like you. Well, then that's a fucking crime, okay? If you're following me from place to place since 5 years old, saying I'm not allowed in any place, hobby, industry, since 5 years old, and you're a Jew killer, that's a big fucking problem for me now, isn't it? And it's not a problem I want, but you're creating the problem, and I'm going to voice it. Now, if you tell me, Kevin, you don't talk or we kill you, which you have over and over for 20 years since finding out, well, I'm going to fucking keep exposing you. Okay? So don't get mad if you keep fucking coming after me saying, oh, poor us, he has us on video, oh, poor us. And do it more. Because in the end of the day, you're going to have to take responsibility for your actions. And this 45-year murder operation had me killed on a planetary scale. Period. The end. There is no shutting me up. There is no silencing me. Period. You're going to have to admit to what you're doing, what you've been doing since I was 5 years old, what the black community is doing since I'm 8 years old. You can pay off as many City Guard security companies, as many Golden State Sports or Golden Wests, as many Allied Universals, as many security specialists, security companies, as many ADT people to threaten my life and try to silence me. I do not fucking care. I will not shut up now, then, or ever. So, like I said before, you want to shut me up, you're going to have to just show up at my house and put a fucking bullet in my head, and now you can't run around saying, see, Kevin's suicidal. No, that doesn't mean I'm suicidal. It has nothing to do with psychology. I'm making a point that you're just not going to shut me up unless you fucking kill me. And if you kill me to shut me up, or try to make it look like I just went crazy to shut me up, you will have exposed your fucking selves. Period. Okay. So, Anna Fox, Jada Vire, Alexis Amore, whoever else, you're going to have to fucking swallow that pill. Okay? You're not going to say that I'm sniffing your ass and following you around. And I'm not trying to be mean, but the reality that you want to happen isn't going to happen, okay? And to put it in perspective, that's like walking up to a Jew that was in a concentration camp for half their lives, or a slave that was a slave and whipped for fucking 40 years, and saying, hey, if you want to be our friends, you better pretend slavery never existed. You better pretend that Adolf Hitler and the Holocaust never existed. Okay? And that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen with me. That's not going to happen with a Holocaust survivor. That's not going to happen with a someone who was actually a slave, because when I talk to a lot of these black people, they talk a lot of shit about history, but they're talking through their teeth from theory and pure rage, and they themselves are like silver spoon childs, okay? And I'm not trying to down talk slavery. What I'm saying is that Anna Fox here, who talks about civil rights and oppression, actually I don't think she does. She goes, oh, poor me, look at me, I'm in Playboy. She's probably never had a hard day in her life, okay? And I'm not going to make that judgment based on I know this or that, but I'm going to say, based on her personality and her attitude, she probably grew up with everything given to her, while someone like me really never... everything was a struggle. Everything. Trying to get good grades in college, and on top of that... oh, Kevin is trying to control women, and everyone killed Kevin. Okay, so... you got enough shit to deal with without the worldwide murder operations. Now we're going to amplify it a millionfold. Okay, try imagining that. Now you think that you're talking to a guy that before knowing at 29 he was being hunted to be killed by an entire planet, had it difficult and struggled. Oh, look at me. I got all it. Or everyone wants to hire me, and I'm pretty, and I can milk guys' wallets because I'm pretty, and blah, blah, blah. You have no fucking clue. You, all of you. Okay? Even my fucking father, who got all A's in college and became a orthopedic surgeon, who's like a bigot and a racist, has no clue. Okay? None of them have any clue. Okay? And this isn't about mental illness, sad, depression, or anything else. It's just about reality. It's about personalities. It's about a situation that's happening that everyone's trying to cover up. Okay? And if you're going to keep profiling me all day and night, and then trying to have people attack me and try to get reactions and say, oh, look what he did, and this and that, well, you've already spoken that you have something to hide that's so bad. That you're not acting. You people aren't acting. Your behavior isn't Kevin's paying for what he did. Your behavior is Kevin knows too much, and he better not talk. And then you're making up the lies that I did all these things with my brother. Now, what, you think you're friends with my sick, demented brother? Is that it? You think you're friends with my sick, demented brother and Greg Wall and the things they were doing with Jen Yang, and then sending Jen Hess after me and saying I'm a schizo, and sending Skylar and Stephanie Skylar and Paranoid and Minnie and Spy Guy and Paranoid, and there's about 100 other IRC names, and that's has nothing to do with jail cells. It has to do with my father's cover-up scams. It has to do with internet-related chat, IRC, in 1996 at Colorado, or starting around maybe 94, when the internet was in a text-based telnet state. Okay, and by the way, on this internet-related chat that I was being terrorized and picked apart for a good 10 years, what was I doing? Not the cover-up arguments. What was I doing? What was Brian Longbotham? Stop doing what you're doing. What was I doing? Well, I was out talking to people on the internet and saying, yeah, I'll go to your IRC parties in person, and being hunted. Wait. It's almost 2022. I'm going out to a social event right now in Burbank, California, getting back into cars after 30 years. Already I have 100,000 fucking crimes against me. They destroyed my Corvette instantly. Kevin, stop doing what you're doing. Well, what am I doing? I'm going to a fucking social event, trying to meet people and be social and get back into cars. Okay. Whether it's cars, whether it's playing pool, whether it's coffee shop, whether it's studio photography, whether it's going to the beach and doing landscapes photography, whether it's going to the city of LA, the city of Denver, doing photography, whether it's buying a sailboat, even though that's my father's thing, whether it's learning how to play backgammon, whether it's basking in the sun, whether it's chilling out in my car at the beach or anywhere else, it's all the fucking same. It's the same template. Kill Kevin at all costs with every person on the planet. since 5 years old, with no recourse of self-defense, to exterminate a human being. It's not about control. It's about killing. And the control is a cover-up because there's no such thing. In a worldwide global conspiracy to commit murder to a 5-year-old, which the black community latched on at 8 years old. Kevin kissed a black girl, and at 49 years old, right now, at this moment, going to Bob's Big Boy, which I'll be at in 5 minutes, what does that have to do with Damon Reagan's 30 years ago? Even if I was competing with Damon Reagan's, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard, what does that have to do with Damon Reagan's 30 years ago? Okay? Any fucking 10-year-old can see right through all this. I wasn't competing with Damon Reagan's back then. I wasn't friends with Damon Reagan's. We joked around a couple of times on the street. There is no competing. There is no hate other than Damon Reagan's hates my guts and he's hunting me to kill me for other reasons. The things he's locked into. Trying to find an out. Because he's a Jew-hating, killing murderer. Damon Reagan's working with my wrestling coach to put black women on the wrestling team to make it look like I hate black. On the men's wrestling team to make it look like I hate black women. Okay? It's not just Damon Reagan's. That's a wrestling coach trying to frame me. What does Damon Reagan have to hide? Just like Jada Fire, just like Anna Fox, just like Vanessa Blue, just like probably like every other black person out there, just like every other Armenian, Asian. What do they have to hide? What are they trying to sweep under the rug? Okay? That they're actively hunting me every day of my life with worldwide groups, making up newer and newer lies. What do they have to hide? It goes down to 5 years old. What do they have to hide? The links into the Congress of the United States with Jennifer Pilchik Perlman. Probably the President of the United States of America in 1977. Okay, think about that. I'm here. I'm shutting this off. I'm tired. A friendly fuck you, but everyone who knows that I'm a human being and not some animal that needs to be whipped to death since 5 years old and then told the world that I hate black people for some strange reason knows that that's just a jokey joke. If you have that thing called emotion and senses of humor, which I'm told I'm not allowed to have, because I'm not a human being, I'm not classified as a human, right? I'm just Kevin's kind that needs to be whipped to death since 5 years old and shocked to death, okay? In the name of control, and it has nothing to do with control, okay? That's the stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard, okay? I like to hacksaw people's fucking heads off. It's for the name of control. I like to drill holes in people, every day. I like to follow people around, hitting them in the back of the head with baseball bats every day. It's about control. It's about anger and rage and hate. It's not about control. Okay, it's about a crime, attempted murder, or conspiracy to commit murder to a 5-year-old that still goes on minute by minute in this day and age, and that has nothing to do with Andy Adelman or Scott Kirkpatrick or Jason Perlman, other than they're involved in hunting me to fucking kill me. And any person on their side of hunting me to kill me needs to go to fucking jail or be dealt with, okay? So, and that's not a threat, and I know they'll try to take that and twist it and say, I'm in danger of Kevin. Bullshit. Okay, so, that's just the slimy cover-up, like my father. My life's in danger of Kevin. I'm going to hunt down and kill my 5-year-old endlessly. Then I'm going to put bullet holes into my fucking 300E with the LAPD and say, oh, poor me, I'm afraid of Kevin. And nothing ever happened from my side. If anyone should be afraid, it's me. Okay? And I didn't even know what was going on until 29. I had to piece it all together. Okay? So why is Dincy paid off to have me killed and executed and locked in mental institutions? And Dincy states, how do we force people into mental institutions? Well, what is that statement really about? It's about those dirty Jews. They need to be put in cages. Okay? Unfortunately, with Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman. Okay, so I'm the inferior race. I'm the imperfect. I think I peeled out a couple times in my car when I was 16. It's the end of the world. I revved my engine. That's right, I revved my engine Nick May, did I bypass that one? I rev my engine. Nick May's father says I put Gale Banks exhaust and I rev the engine. Oh, Nick, I have Gale Banks exhaust on my car, on my 85 Trans Am, and Nick May's father sees me and he yells, slow down, and I be a little bit of a dick and I push in the clutch and rev the engine. That means I supposedly tried to ram him with my car. Wait, once again, how did this go from here to there? Well, because someone didn't get their way, so they're going to hunt me and kill me, right? I'm not going to say that that's the best childhood decision in the world, but then again, I'm not going to tell you that I'm a perfect robot, okay? I'm going to say that it was the wrong decision, okay? Are you hearing this? Are you listening to me right now? I'm confessing to this infinitesimal thing because I'm going to show that I'm an honest person. I'm confessing to this infinitesimal thing because I want to show you that I'm an honest person of something that doesn't matter. It wasn't a big deal then. It's not a big, sure shit ain't a big deal at 49 years old. Every kid I knew was fucking... Brian Weaver lied to his father, they had Pineapple Joe build a brand new 454 with daddy's money, lying to his father after intentionally blowing up his Chevelle, and then fucking gets all squirrely and launches his Chevelle on a fucking center divider. That's a lot worse than going like this. Okay, did I just ruin your life? Am I an out-of-control monster that needs to have people follow me from place to place trying to hacksaw my fucking head off every day? Okay. Alright, what's my point here? I'm confessing up to something that doesn't matter. It's like confessing up to your girlfriend saying, okay, honey, I didn't come home last night. I stayed at the bar with my friends. Okay, so. Okay, now let's fuck. Okay, now, in my life, it doesn't work that way. In my life, we have worldwide campaigns to torture and kill you, and there is no questioning, no dialogue. What is this about? You know what you did. We're going to kill you with worldwide support. Are you going to just let me defend myself or tell me why I'm even being hunted to kill by a worldwide planet? No. World of paranoia, world of paranoia, world of paranoia. Okay, so Nick May's father, who lived in the Woodman's house after the Woodman's going to jail, okay, Kevin tried to kill me. Everyone, Kevin's an out-of-control monster and a danger to society. And you know how many people I've seen rev their fucking engines here at Bob's Big Boy in every car meet? Like thousands. And I've seen the reckless, I don't want to say reckless, but the kids being stupid and just peeling out. And you think I'm running around. Now, it's interesting when I watch their dialogues. I'll be like, that kid peels out. I'm like, come on, dude. And then they'll turn it around. Kevin's an anal Nazi and... But I'm not running around trying to kill the kid. I'm just like, dude, come on, grow up already. You know what I'm saying? Like when I see the street, I made a statement. I saw the street shutdowns with the stupid donut shit. I'm like, that's just fucking stupid. I don't want to be around that. Oh, so you hate them? So they need to die? Well, I didn't say that. I just said I don't want to be around that shit. It's stupid, right? So everything I say and do is twisted into the end of the world. Put on the internet in these secret defamation murder channels to the planet, and then I'm hunted and killed for things that don't matter, like a bumper tap to Amber Farr at 16 or peeling out a couple times in my car. Well, who fucking cares? I could pull up 100 fucking YouTubes right now, posters a day on Instagram of people doing crazy shit in cars. Okay, right this minute and moment, nobody cares. 40 years ago, you peeled out. We have a worldwide campaign to kill you. And you hate black people and need to die. And you hate Asians and need to die. And this and that. Okay, well, this is obviously about something else. And because you're trying to kill me since 5 years old, and because kissing a black girl means I hate black people, and you've been actively minute by minute hunting me with black communities to kill me since 5 years old or 8 years old, it's not about that. Okay, but it sure shit ain't about mental illness either, so it's about hate. Okay, so I'm going to end this. I'm here. I'm arriving to Bob's Big Boy. I got my cowboy hat, so now they're going to switch up. Kevin needs to die for tonight's crime of wearing a cowboy hat. They're going to make it about Andy Adelman and chaos and destruction and road rage. It's a cowboy hat that you are so angry about. And if it's not a cowboy hat, it's one of those a different hat. It's a top hat. I had a top hat I was joking around in college. I had 100 different hats. And in each and every hat has a new argument of why I need to die. And if it's not a hat, it's my shirts. And if it's even a blank shirt, it's the color of the shirt. And if there's no signs on my car, it's about the color of the car. Okay, like the last 3 months, people following me around in green and black because I painted Pepe hair green. Who fucking cares? What's the crime? There is no crime. It's just we're going to hunt you and kill you. Oh, but we're competing with you. You're not competing with me. You're hunting me to kill me, and you're saying stupid shit like, well, we just want to send you to elsewhere. We don't want to hurt you, like the movie The Giver. Well, no, you want to kill me, and you're using fluffy little fucking stupid terms that don't make any sense. Okay? So you want to send me to elsewhere, but you don't want to hurt me. Okay, so I'm going to end it here. So, and Anna Fox, I'm sure I'll see some of your friends follow me here saying I'm following them, right? I'm a pathetic dog. Okay, which really sort of stemmed my dialogues here, but really, these dialogues are important because people need to start addressing the issues, the real issues, and talking about the real arguments and not bypassing the real arguments. Example, your head sculpture in 1995 or 6 in Naughty Carrie's sculpting class shows that you're controlling towards women. What does that have to do with art and critiques? Did I pay Naughty Carrie for therapy sessions? Or did I pay a college for an education so that I can go out and make money? Okay, I will end it there, and you can think about that.